this. Hope it doesn't take more than a few minutes. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, bam, bam. Gotta wait for Twitch to let me actually share it. Oh boy. Bam, bam, bam. Oh, let me share it this time. Let's go. Get this shared and we are ready. We will be ready once it is ready to be shared. We got bots already online too. Wow. Quit bot job. Okay then. Get this shared and we are ready to go. Bow, bow, bow. Taking a little while here. It's slow for some reason. I don't know why. I didn't even put anything in it. My goodness. Alright. There we go, it's out. Make sure Twitch doesn't change anything. When we get the notes going, they'll be ready to go. And Twitch changed it. Wow. There we go. I think it works now. Let's hope it doesn't change it again. And put the notes, and then we'll be ready. Let me just do this. Should be great. Normal, why not? Off. Guess I have a little manager when we talk. Gotta have a little background going. Where am I release talent? Alright, we are ready to do this. Alright. Get the dashboard back up. Then we are ready to go. Come on, Twitch to me like this. Gotta make sure he didn't change it. Nope. Perfect. We are ready then. Alright. Alright. One more drink. And we're gonna get to talking. Let me just scroll at the bottom. Reverse. Alright. Hello everybody and welcome to the Wrestaming Podcast. My name is Bob34 and this is a new podcast I am starting up officially. This podcast will be talking about wrestling and gaming sometime. And the week has been really big for wrestling this week, with 6 new big talent names being released from the WWE, to AEW signing a new person to their contract, and more. And this is Bob 34, and we are starting with the SmackDown review. This week's SmackDown was another good episode. The show kicked off with Roman Reigns. Reigns talked about how Jimmy and Jay match later on tonight against Rey and Dominic Mysterio for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. Jimmy and Jay then walk out in the ring and Jimmy says, "We are going to win tonight." Reigns was certain, you see, that they would win the match tonight. And he makes a clear statement. You say you're going to win, make sure that you're going to win. You're making a point to your family. Don't let them down. And Roman Reigns has walked down the ring, and Rey and Dominic walked down the ring first match tonight, where the SmackDown Tag Titles is happening. And Roman Reigns' character actually has been improving a lot. I really enjoyed his character, the Tribal Chief gimmick. I feel like we needed to heal Roman Reigns all along. Because let's be honest, he is so good. Really, really good. His promos have improved and everything. And I really, really hope that we're going to get Reigns vs. Rock at WrestleMania 39, I'm pretty sure, is when the Hollywood one's happening. I really hope we do. Okay, then. So the match was very enjoyable between Rey and Dominic and the Usos for the tag titles. And it was a fun way to start the show as well. I really enjoyed all the spots that they came up with. The SmackDown Tag Division has been really good so far. Even with 5 teams on the roster, it still feels legit, other than Monday Night Raw's roster. Monday Night Raw may have a lot of tag teams, like 5 or 6, but they're just like thrown together tag teams, and it just feels awkward. Mostly because you want legit tag teams in your business. Because look at the women's tag division right now. We only have like 0 legit tag teams. Because they only have released all the legit women's tag teams there is, and they're just partnering women up together now to keep the titles to have competitors. And that really sucks. I'm glad that SmackDown Tag Division has not done that yet. I hope they don't continue, and I hope they don't do that. Because SmackDown right now is literally the only good brand in WWE. Raw is just unwatchable at this point, and NXT, it's just a mess. It really is. I don't like how they have a fatal 5-way for the title at their next pay-per-view. It doesn't make sense to me. So the match kept going on. It was very enjoyable. But Dominic rolled up Jay, but Jay gets his shoulder up, but the referee doesn't see it. As he does a 3 count, the Mysterios win the match. So, yeah, that happened. And it was really odd. A little bit of a screw job right there, if you ask me. So Reigns wasn't happy with both of the result of the match. He wants both Jimmy and Jay to come talk to him. And if you know that the Tribal Chief wants to talk to you, you really done something to piss him off. I'm just telling you that right now. Roman said that they better get a rematch for the tag titles again tonight, or else. I talked to Jimmy, I talked to Jay, who thinks he is Jimmy. Which is actually kind of funny. You know, ever since the Usos stopped wearing the face paint, it's hard to tell who is who now. Like, I feel like they need a better way to help me memorize which one is which. Because I can easily tell with the face paint, like, one left at Jimmy and the one on the right that's Jay. But right now, they're both kind of similar, because they're twin brothers. But luckily right now, I can't tell which one is which, because they both have different shirts. Which is good. Than they do. Because if I couldn't tell who was who, I would barely be lost in this rivalry. And that was a really funny thing. I'm not sure if that was intentional. Maybe it was, but it was still funny. And then after that, we had Seth Rollins saying that he had an interview and talked about Cesaro. So it said that Cesaro made Seth this way, and that he made sure Cesaro never comes back to the ring again. Now, I am not certain whether or not this feud is going to be happening in Hell in a Cell. Because right now it's the WWE title, Universal title possibly, the SmackDown Women's title, the Raw Women's title, and others. Because it seems like Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens is also a Hell in a Cell match possibility. So I don't really know if the WWE is going to go for Cesaro versus Seth Rollins at Hell in a Cell. But if they do, I see Seth winning this one. Because Cesaro has won both matches. No wait, they only won one match. Cesaro won the first match against the two of them. Seth is definitely going to win the second one. And then I see Seth versus Roman for the title and Money in the Bank. And then we all know that SummerSlam that we'll be getting Reigns versus Cena. Which is one of the most anticipated matches besides Brock versus Bobby. Yeah, I think that's what the direction is going to be going with for this rivalry. Next up we have Carmella taking on Liv Morgan, which was an okay match. It wasn't very long, but it was still an okay match. Liv almost came with the win, but Carmella makes Liv tap out to get the win. And I'm really wondering what WWE will be doing with Liv Morgan, because her tag partner Ruby Riott got released, and the 6 big talent names, and it really sucks. It really does. Ruby Riott was one of the most talented women on the roster. One of them. But I hope she's gonna find a better place, and I hope that she becomes way successful. And I hope Liv Morgan finds success in WWE as well. Or she'll be getting released soon. We then saw the Street Profits talk to Chad Gable while Chad denied their claims that he was using Otis, I think. Otis then walked up to them and said that they should apologize to Chad or else. Street Profits said no, and then asked Otis what he had accomplished after aligning himself with Chad. Otis gets mad, and attacks them both, which likely sets up a match between the Street Profits and Alpha Academy next week. Which is, I think, will happen. I think WWE is going to be having this tag rivalry. SmackDown is really doing good rivalries right now. They got like 3 mid-card feuds, I'm pretty sure. Sami versus Kevin, Shinsuke versus Baron. Can't remember. I think it's Apollo versus somebody. It was supposed to be Alistair versus Big E, but Alistair got released. Sadly, he lost the job as well. But I think Apollo is going to get a face. I don't think it's going to be Big E, though, because Big E has already came up with a lot. He already has a whole bunch of title matches. So I don't see him going after the Intercontinental title again. I feel like it's going to be him versus Roman at a pay-per-view before, at the pay-per-view after SummerSlam. I think that's what's going to be happening here. And I really hope that is the direction they're going with. Because Cesaro is definitely becoming the next Universal Champion. That's what I see happening. So I think what they're going to do is either have Cesaro win the Money in the Bank ladder match or the 2022 Royal Rumble match. That's what I see happening with Cesaro. And I really hope this is where they're going to be going with Cesaro. Because I am a big Cesaro fan. And I'm really appreciating the push he has been getting so far. And I hope this is going. I hope they have a plan for him after Seth and his rivalry ends. Because Cesaro is a major talent. He's one of the top guys. And also very underrated. So I hope they get him either going after the Intercontinental title, or they have him I think they're going to go with the Intercontinental title for him, or either win the Money in the Bank ladder match. But SmackDown has been doing very good with that. Having like one women's rivalry. They start the show with the main feud, then do the women's, then the tag, and then the mid-card. That's what I like about SmackDown. And then they end with the main feud. That is what Raw needs to be doing, because at this point, I don't even know what Raw is worth doing for. So hopefully Raw becomes better, because like, we got witches or something going on this brand. It's just so unwatchable. That's why I didn't want you to review it. Until Raw gets better, we're just going to be reviewing SmackDown. Next up, we're going to have the SmackDown Women's Champion Bianca Belair to respond to Bayley's challenge, which was announced on their social media earlier that day. Bianca accepts the challenge for the SmackDown Women's Championship at Hell in a Cell. And I am not sure if it's going to have any stipulation or anything. It is possible it's going to be a hair versus hair match, because Bayley tagged Bianca in a Instagram story about a hair versus hair match, and it's possible that's the direction you're going to go with. And if it is, it'll be interesting to see how Bianca and the match will go. Randy Dominik and Lauren in the USL will begin their tag rematch for the tag titles tonight, and they both agree. So we got that match later on in the main event of the show, which is honestly really shorter than the first match, but we'll get into that later. Shinsuke Nakamura then took on Baron Corbin again, which is every week now, but I really don't mind, because if you need to have a mid-card feuds, and if you don't, it just makes the show awkward. But I'm really glad that they're going to have Shinsuke versus Baron every week. It's not enjoyable, really, but it's also possible teases the return of King in the Ring returning to WWE very, very soon, which they have not done since 2017, I'm pretty sure, or 2018. So anyway, they took on, and which gave us an iconic moment of Pat McAfee dancing on the deck as Ricky played Shinsuke's theme during his entrance. Have you ever noticed that Pat never sits down, though? I wonder how Vince feels about that. Not gonna lie, I really do wonder what Vince McMahon feels about Pat just standing up most of the time, and yet he still commentates. It's very interesting that they chose Pat McAfee for one of the SmackDown announcer team. He's really enjoyable so far. I hope they don't change that anytime soon. He's become one of my favorite commentators. This match was okay, like I said, as Baron gets the win, and he almost stole his crown back, but Ricky grabs Corbin by the foot and just hit the King Sasha and steals the crown back. So there's either going to be leaning to King in the Ring, like I said, or it's going to be winner gets the crown match at Hell in a Cell. I don't see what they're going with the direction so far. It's hard to tell currently. But I had to guess it's most likely going to be King of the Ring tournament. It makes me wonder if they'll do a the Queen of the Ring tournament, a first ever one. But again, Charlotte will win that, and I'm not for sure. Charlotte doesn't really need to win everything. It just really, really sucks that it does, because like they don't give other women chances nowadays, which is the main problem about Raw's roster. So as we approach to the semi-main event tonight, Kevin Owens was then about to head to the ring for his Intercontinental Championship match against Apollo, but Commander Aziz attacked him backstage. It seemed like Apollo and Commander Aziz, you know what, I honestly did not dig it first, but it's interesting, to say the least. It really, really is. And I hope that they're going to keep Commander Aziz with Apollo for a while. I feel like they can do a lot of things with Apollo having a commander with him. Owens was able to make it to the ring though, and cleared to compete tonight and faces Apollo for the title. The match was really good. I didn't expect it to be that very good, but without Apollo losing by disqualification this time without Aziz getting involved in the match, it actually feels better. Like, it seemed like WWE doesn't have very many clean heels nowadays. So I am glad that they did decide to have a non-disqualification finish. The match was really good, but Apollo retained the belt. Sami Zayn then rushes down to the ring and has he attacked Kevin Owens, setting up a possible match for them at Hell in a Cell. Sami then said, "I didn't do anything, Karma did it." And I know people have already seen Kevin Owens vs. Sami Zayn rivalry a long time. But this time it's more interesting because the roles are reversed. Sami Zayn is the heel, Kevin Owens is the face. So it makes things more interesting on how they will decide how to do this. And like I said, I hope this is a Hell in a Cell match. Because if they're not going to go with Cesaro versus Seth inside the cage, I see it being Sami versus Kevin. And honestly, I would love that match. That's a very money match. And then it was time for the main event of the night. Rey and Dominic Mysterio versus the Usos for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. The match was going very well, however, Roman attacked Rey from behind, which ended the match in the disqualification. Reigns attacked both Mysterio to lay them out. Jimmy then leaves the ring, pissed at Roman, and he tells Jane to come on. But Roman stands beside him as he doesn't let him go as the show ends, with Roman beating down Rey. So I don't see what a plan is currently. I think it's going to be Roman versus Jimmy inside of the cell for the title, but I am not sure. I'm pretty sure Jay will be a special guest referee. But overall, SmackDown was a good week. Was a good show with an 8 out of 10 rating and gets better every week while Raw has witches and other horrible stuff. Raw be bad. Raw be bad. I am really curious about next week's episode, what they were going to be doing with the Jimmy and Roman feud. It's very, very intense. And I am very, very into it. I really, really am. But, speaking of Monday Night Raw, Raw hit the lowest rating in history on this week's episode. The May 31st episode of Monday Night Raw has reportedly hit the lowest ratings in history with 1.42 million viewers. Raw rating has slowly been declining each week due to the poor quality of each show. But SmackDown is starting to gain more viewers than Raw, and I wonder how Vince McMahon will fix the issues on Monday Night Raw, and hoping to increase the rating of the show alongside the quality of the brand. The final show of Raw reportedly received a rating of 1.168 million viewers. Now, how would I fix Raw? Is I would honestly They never should have split up the Hurt Business. The Hurt Business was the best thing about Raw. And I feel like after they split them up, Raw has not been good. I mean, we got witches, we got... What else we got? We got people putting roses up people's butts. It's just a horrible show. Arcade Bros, Amos, and T-Bar. Those are my 3 things that get me to watch Raw. Other than that, nothing gets me to watch Raw currently. And I just feel like WWE just doesn't care about the quality of... I don't think Vince cares about the quality of shows going on right now. But he has to be struggling because if he doesn't fix anything anytime soon with Monday Night Raw, I honestly see AEW taking over Raw's ratings very, very soon. So Vince McMahon needs to be changing something about the brand. Otherwise, the ratings are going to continue to decline each and every week. And what the main thing they need to focus on is not having Drew McIntyre and world title matches for a couple of months. Drew McIntyre may be a likable babyface right now, but it just feels like he has been in every world title match ever since he's won it at WrestleMania 36, I'm pretty sure. Well, that's what they need to fix. That is one major thing they need to fix with Raw. They need to have a new challenger. I feel like Kofi could be a temporary challenger for this ring that Bobby has currently. Because if they can just have Bobby versus Kofi at Money in the Bank and then have Brock versus Bobby at SummerSlam, then Drew can go back to challenging for the title. I feel like that's what they need to be doing here. But with the releases going on currently, it's hard for Vince to have any world title competitors for Raw, especially since they released Braun Strowman this week. WWE had came to term release of Braun Strowman, Aleister Black, Murphy, Lana, Ruby Riott, and Santana Garrett this Tuesday. There were 6 big talent name released, especially a guy like Braun Strowman, who just competed for the world title last pay-per-view. Which is very, very odd that they released the guy. Because apparently, it wasn't due to budget cut. They don't think that Braun is past 2 years in his prime. Which is very odd of a reason that they would go with. And I don't know what their direction is going to be going with since they released him. Maybe like I said, they have Drew versus Jinder. Because Jinder hasn't been seen in a couple of weeks, I don't think. And Jinder and Drew, if you remember 3-Man Band, they used to be in a stable together. And now that they're both back with the company, it is a good way to go to have Drew versus Jinder Mahal, while Bobby has a new challenger, Kofi Kingston. But yes, Black, Strowman, Ruby, and Lana were the most shocking in the releases. And why I don't include Murphy is because he has not been seen on WWE television since the March 12th taping of SmackDown, where he faced Cesaro and got jobbed out. And it's really sad that they let Murphy go. The guy had like amazing matches in 2018 against Daniel Bryan, Ali, and Roman Reigns. That guy could have been the next face of the company when Roman Reigns retired. But sadly, Vince did not see anything in the guy, and he decided to release him. And Aleister Black just returned to the ring. He was supposed to start his feud with Big E this Friday's episode of SmackDown, but since he got released, it did not happen. So I don't know what WWE's current plan is going to be for Big E. I'm hoping they figure out something for the guy, or I can see him being dropped from the company as well. As of right now, between the 2020 and 21 year WWE, they have released a total of 62 or more superstars, and seem not to be done. Reports have stated that NXT UK is the next brand that they're going to be making cuts from. So I don't know who they're going to be playing the cut, but I can make a guess that Amir Jordan will be cut from the brand and the company altogether, because he had a match with Kenny Williams a few weeks ago in a literally NXT UK brand. I don't know currently what the plan is going to be for him, but I think he's going to be getting released. That's the way I see what's going to be happening with the guy. I don't know who else is going to be getting released, but he's the most likely one out of the brand. Lana and Ruby were had tag team partners. Lana teaming with Naomi and Ruby teaming with Liv. They were both in tag team matches. Ruby was in last week's tag team match with Liv against Women's Tag Team Champion Natalia and Tamina. And Lana was on television on Monday Night Raw this week against Mandy and Dana while she teamed with Naomi. I don't know why they will let them go, but it really is sad. Satanic Girl was also supposed to debut on SmackDown soon according to WrestlingNews.co. And as of right now, SmackDown has 7 active women competitors. Bianca, Sasha, Bayley, Liv, Mia, Carmella, and who's the 7th one? I never remember the 7th one, but there's definitely 7. So I don't know what the plan is going to be for Naomi and Liv. But I don't know if they'll get a push. I don't know if they'll be booked, but if I honestly make the truth here, I can honestly see both of them being released soon. That's what I could see happening. So they need to come up with a plan for both of them. Because if they don't soon, they're going to be making the cut as well. With the rumors of WWE selling as well, because that's what rumors have came up with. Rumors are also speculated that WWE is going to be ending the brand split soon. And honestly, I really think that is a bad idea. But the release is still going on with talent and the WWE. Rumors have been popping up that they're going to be ending in the brand split soon. This one obviously would be a bad idea, because WWE would have to merge 3 championships together. I say possibly 3. The tag title and the women's title will obviously be merged together, but I am not so sure about the world title. And it would cost a lot of struggle for creative to book both brands, since most of the roster is currently getting pushed. It can easily be lost in the mix of creative. And if you know anything, creative for the WWE, it really sucks. It really does. I don't think they should be ending the brand split. It also hurts your champions. It hurts Bianca, Rhea, Bobby, Roman, AJ, Amos, Dominic, and Ray. because they just won the championship. And if they do decide to merge the titles together for those, and why I don't include the US and Intercontinental title, because you are obviously going to need a mid-card title. You need at least two with how much talent is on your brands. If you merge the brands together, it's not going to be very, very successful. And it really hurts, because when you have talented guys like Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Cesaro, Jinder Mahal, Ali, Ricochet, others, it hurts to put them, it will hurt them a lot. Especially since Korea will not have anything for these guys. So I don't think WWE is needed to end the brand split. But a change is needed. And ending the brand split is definitely not the way to go. Now how I suggest that they do this is by calling up a few talent from NXT. Because the performance center has been loaded up with tons of talent. Especially since they have got, like, I don't know, like $1 billion deal from their new streaming that they have put their streaming library in, Peacock. They can hire more talent, sure, but it's just going to end more releases. So they need to get rid of some people on the Performance Center and get them into NXT. And hopefully get some NXT guys get called up to the main roster, like Roderick Strong. I can see him being called up to either, I think he most likely will be going to SmackDown, but Raw needs help. Yes, Raw is talented. It has full of talent. But the creative side does not know how to go with Raw. So I feel like a brand split ending is not needed. Maybe it needs a shake up. Especially since we don't know Daniel Bryan's current status with WWE. Because his contract has reportedly is expiring soon. He either is going to be ending up going to Raw, which I hope is the possibility, or he will be leaving the company. And I really, really hope that then Daniel Bryan chooses to re-sign with WWE. Because he is also on the creative side of things. He wrote some of Cesaro's stuff. Bryan believes in Cesaro. Like I do. I believe Cesaro has the chance to be world champion one day, hopefully, by the time of the next year or two. And if Bryan leaves, I'm not sure Cesaro will be getting very good writing. So I hope that Daniel Bryan resigns and continues to help Cesaro get to the top. But since WWE and NJPW have been talking about a possible collaboration between the two, according to Fightful, New Japan Pro Wrestling has officially signed Lio Rush to the company. Rush was at the AEW Double or Nothing pay-per-view last Sunday where he debuted in the Casino Battle Royal. Now, it is totally not possible, or it might be possible, for Lio Rush to appear in this collaboration. It's possible. But Dave Meltzer and Mike Johnson have both reported that NJPW gave Leo their blessing to continue working at AEW, ML, and MLW in his contract. So I don't think Leo will be in this collaboration. I don't see it. I also don't see Jon Moxley being in this collaboration because he was AEW. And currently I know if Leo will continue to wrestle in AEW. especially since he just signed with the company, and reported that NJPW signed him full-time. So I don't know what will be happening with Leo Rush in AEW, but I hope he had a lot of success in NJPW as well, alongside with MLW. I hope that he gets a lot of success at AEW as well. And yes, sure, AEW might have a lot of formidable talent, but it's a good business decision by Tony Khan. Because on this Friday episode of All Elite Wrestling Dynamite, Andrade has signed with the company. And yes, he might be talent, but they messed up the guy so bad. It was hard. I don't know how they can mess up Andrade. So I'm really hoping he finds some success in AEW. Especially since he's facing Kenny Omega for the AAA title in August. So I definitely could see some build up to that in All Elite Wrestling. And I hope that's the direction that he'll be going with Kenny. But speaking of AEW, they have decided on two new contracts. According to Dave Meltzer, All Elite Wrestling, Awesome Kong, and Shayna's contracts have expired, and AEW has opted not to renew them. Kong had to wrestle for the company since the January 7, 2020 episode of AEW Dark due to suffering a knee injury, and has yet to be cleared to return to the ring. Now, people say that her legs are toast, and that it is possible she's not going to be wrestling again. So she had also appeared in a Netflix show tapings. So maybe she won't return to the ring as of right now, but maybe in the future I can see her coming back. Shayna has also been absent during the initial stretch of the pandemic, but she returned to AEW in November and has frequently competed on AEW Dark for a few months. She wrestled as recently as the April 12th on the program. So I don't know where they will end up. I don't know if Shayna will have her contract renewed. And I also don't know the current status of Awesome Kong's injury. But I'm hoping that Tony Khan decides to renew both of their contracts. If not, then okay, it'll be fine, but I hope they will find success as well, even if they don't re-sign. But some of my favorite memories on the released talent, especially for Murphy, was his 2018 matches. Like, 2018 Murphy was really good. And I mean really, really good. I hope he finds some success, either in AEW or Impact. Just thinking the possibility of matches he can have with Jungle Boy. Jungle Boy, Daniel Bryan? Not Daniel Bryan. Darby Allin. Why can't I think of his name? Jungle Boy, Darby Allin, Ethan Page, Scorpio Sky. There are major possibilities of matches for him to have. And I definitely can see him going to All Elite Wrestling. But also Impact is also a possibility. Even New Japan is also a possibility. I don't know where he'll really end up. But wherever he will end up, he will definitely find some success. Better than he had in WWE. Now for Braun Strowman, Billy Corgan said that he will be a perfect fit for the NWA. And Braun does not have any other experience in the indie scene. He was a bodybuilder. So it could be possible he goes to the NWA. But it's also possible he continues to do he'll go back to bodybuilding as his career. Either NWA or continuing his bodybuilding career is where I see him ending up. Santana, I am not familiar with her work. I think will go back to the Indies. I have not seen her work besides the 2021 Women's Royal Rumble match, so I don't really have a comment about her. But I hope she finds tons of success elsewhere. Lana, I definitely see her going to AEW, as her husband Miro is currently signed to the company, formerly known as Rusev. And I really hope this is the direction she chooses in, because they have built Britt Baker up a lot over the course of a year. And now she's the AEW Women's Champion. And I really like her being the champion so far. So if they can build Britt Baker up, they can definitely build Lana up. So I think she's gonna go to AEW. Ruby, I think she'll most likely join Impact. She'll be a great fit anywhere, really. But Impact is where I see her the most, especially the amount of talent Impact has right now. It's honestly amazing. I think she will go there. Alistair, now that he has creative freedom, he's gonna be a perfect fit anywhere. And I will like to see where he ends up, because there's a lot of possibilities for him after the 9-day non-compete clause ends. So I hope that Alistair finds a lot of success along with the others that got released. And that is all for this week's episode of Wrestaming Podcast. Thank you all for watching. Next week we'll be talking about SmackDown, other wrestling news, and possibly some of the E3 stuff that got announced in the January 10th and 11th airings. If there's any major things that I like, I will talk about it, but we'll have to see. Make sure to click the subscribe button, and I'll see you all next time. And whew, okay then. Well, definitely more thing to talk about, not gonna lie. But yeah, that's about it for me today. Thank you all for watching. We'll be back sometime next week with the podcast, but also with hopefully some Minecraft Spellbreak or something. Hopefully we'll be back next week. Make sure to hit the follow button if you are new here. We are on the road to affiliate. And I'll see you all next one. Bye bye.